Tech Hub for a smarter you.
One of the first things people don't know that happens is that technology brings transparency into what has transpired if it is built really, really well. And also the fact that we can go back and look at how many question attempts, which type of questions attempted, then how many of these questions were attempted correctly with timestamp within the time frame when the exam was conducted for that student. Then it is easy to do a kind of recall on the paper. So when you integrate technology into education, what you get is that you get to see transparency, activity, you get to see evidence in some area. For instance, broad technology integration into education in K-12 brings evidence of, okay, student enrollment, attendance. When you say homework, then you can look at attendance and cross-match the data with homework, cross-match the data with assessment. And there are different forms of assessment. A student that has good record of attendance, good record of homework, then good record of assessment in a formative manner. When the final report comes out, you can have an idea of, okay, this has been the story of this child before. And likely if the student has scored 95% or 62% or 35%, you can look at the history and be able to compare and see that, okay, it is likely to be this. But if it is brick and mortar, everything is pen and paper. What has been happening over the years is that schools will open in September, and a lot of schools will still do that in September. When they open in September, biology teacher, math teacher that will teach GSS 1 student, they will not have the data and formative assessment of the previous year. So they don't even know where students are struggling. So they pass them to GSS2. And SS1 biology teacher, we pass them to SS2. Then the person that will take them from there will not see topics where students are struggling. They just continue as if nothing has happened before. There's something we call prerequisite during our days. That is what is still valid today. But you can't know where a student was struggling and then being able to help that student to move forward. There's no progress if you don't know where you are. And that is what technology is bringing.
What is stopping us from getting this done?
Yeah, so if you look at it very well, this technology in integration into education has different history in different continents. Where we are in Nigeria is like 5-10 years ago in America, and maybe in Australia and UK. So, but there's always something in technology integration that we call leapfrogging. If you look at what Flutterwave and M-Pesa are doing in finance, you realize that some of these technologies they built are even better than what we see in the UK and US. So leapfrogging, we can overtake, you understand? So commitment to that overtaking is actually what we need. We can't say that students should be able to register and pay a loan. So what happens after they pay for a particular exams? When a parents take their kids to school and then you register them into a system, how will that parent be able to continually monitor progress? You understand? In a way that is not just that we do it one-off and then we don't do it again. So it's a whole lot of commitment we need, commitment from the leadership. So there is now a new definition of leadership that we need to start having in every organization, including education space, where we have digital leadership approach to everything. Having a few people, they might not even be like engineers or software developers in every organization, people that just believe that technology can transform processes in that organization, especially in the school, sitting down and ensuring that, okay, let us look at different bottlenecks and let us begin to introduce technology into each of them one by one, and then have the commitment to continue to improve and use those technology for a very long time. Because I've seen several organizations that will use technology today and dump it tomorrow, and then they will say, oh, they are not getting result here and there. If you are not getting result on technology, there should be a periodical review and then how to make things better. So it is a whole lot of commitment that is required, but it has to start from the leadership, and it has to be something that the best hands are selected to build this technology and create the regulations around them, legislations around these technologies that are built in a manner that you even assemble the best of the brains, the best of the companies doing this over the years to build this technology in a way that can scale. The moment we don't build the right technology, the moment we don't have the right commitments, we are impacting some life negatively. And then, you know what? In healthcare, people can still recover over time. You understand? But sometimes in education, some students hardly recover because time will have gone. So what a student is supposed to know between age 0 and 5, if they don't know it, they will struggle in life. And then it goes on and on and on like that. And they come back to come and affect the society. You know, there's a particular report from United Nations, UNESCO, and UNICEF about, global crisis on learning, which we call learning crisis. The learning crisis is also called learning poverty. And what it means is that, shockingly, even before COVID-19, 600 million students go to school globally, and they are not learning anything. And teachers stand in front of them every business day to teach them, but they are not learning. And it is so severe that parents hardly know. The teachers themselves, they don't know. And this is a big challenge. And the percentage over across different continents, in Latin America, I think around 70%, in America, around 50-something percent, in Africa, about above 80% of students go to school and they are not learning. And that is even about those that actually go to school, either public or private school. So we have to leverage technology to start exposing evidence of learning. Even before a student will go and fail WAEC, we should know from data that this student is likely going to fail. Even before a student will pass WAEC, we should even know that this set of students from this school, they are likely going to have the best score, even if they have not written the exam, because data is there. We're able to know topic by topic on weekly basis, performance and progress of students. We have idea of students with tendency of falling behind, and we are isolating them for a coaching so that they can meet up. But data is the only way that we can have this insight, and there is no way data can come without the technology. And there's no way the technology will work without consistency and improvement. And we cannot have consistency and improvement if there is no leadership, digital leadership, governing this.
What are the people in the village? What are the people who, don't have that economic prowess to, embrace technology?
I've been to inner rural areas where there is no lights, you understand? But I'm really, really shocked that people still use WhatsApp. People still get SMS. Do you get a point? If you can use WhatsApp and you can get SMS, you can make call, then there's no way this technology should not get to you. It now depends on those that are taking decision to know what to build. You understand? There's a way you can build technology and not think about equity. And you can build technology and consider equity. Equity will make you to go extra length to say, if everything is fine on the web, if everything is fine on the app, how about people that are still leveraging 2G and 3G network in all these rural areas? How will the app serve them? And that goes into the product owner that will monitor the building of, that will document what needs to be built, the product managers in this organization, and then the engineers, the engineering managers, paying attention to how data move between the local resources and online resources in a way that there is just a paying keen attention on how many data you pass across per time, having in mind those people in the rural area. And at the same time, what about even leveraging SMS? I've seen how some of this technology are built because we have built it before. So I know definitely that people in the rural area, people that have low income, that are able to use WhatsApp and SMS, they can also be a part of this thing we are talking about. It all depends on the product vision and how we have built inclusiveness into everything from bottom up.
It's fantastic to hear that. Technology can meet you at your level and at the point of your need. I guess that's what Edvest does, right?
Yes, so Edvest, we are so keen on ensuring that when students go to school, parents fund them in private schools, government fund them in public schools. But what should happen is that transparency across the processes, from student enrollment all the way to graduation. What happens in between? The assessment, the attendance, assessment in different shapes, and then learning delivery, the quality of what needs to be done, and in the manner that you can carry data from one class to another class, and getting the teachers to know where the issue is. One of the things I've seen over the years is that people will say, it is the issue of curriculum. No, sometimes, curriculum is just about updating what needs to be updated. If you update and copy curriculum from anywhere in the world, it is still about the pedagogy, which is the delivery of the curriculum. It is still about how we assess the student and what we are assessing on, and how we continually do the best thing using a refined process to be able to do this. And that is what Edvest has done. So we have a mobile application in iOS and Android, very, very easy to use. We have built all our technology to be powered with SMS. Do you know that on Edvest, parents of students that sell boli and epa beside the road, but because they have that small, tiny phone, they are able to get weekly and monthly formative assessment report on that phone.
How has the acceptability been?
It was always a situation of when we are in a country, we still get requests from another country. We got requests from Ghana early in 2019. And then we went to Ghana, we discovered that what was there, what we have is better than that. So you had to start deploying in Ghana. So the same thing in Tanzania, the same thing in Rwanda, Ethiopia, and different parts of the country. And, of recent, 2 weeks ago, 2 schools from United Kingdom joined Edvest.
Fantastic, Dimeji. I like what you said about some schools outside of the continent that are calling for your services. It shows that we can have a homegrown solution that can be exported to different parts of the world. Yes, this is what TechUp is about. This is what we want. Dimeji Falana, co-founder of Edvest, thank you so much for joining us on the conversation this morning.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
With the power that we have with social media, with the digital space right now, you can be anything you want to be.
One of the other things we would see is that people would have more faith in tech companies.
Tech Hub for a smarter you.